Okay everyone, welcome to the first of the player previews for 2019. We're going to kick things off with our prized #1 draft pick from 2015, Jacob Weitering. Now it's been an interesting time for Jacob, entering his 4th season now, and obviously with the draft pick status comes expectation, particularly for a club like ours that's been struggling for quite a long time. And obviously Jacob has had his struggles, both with his body and these little nagging injuries that he seems to be getting, and just finding his consistency. He lost a little bit of confidence last year. Obviously, he I think he battled with the day-to-day grind of AFL footy. Now, I've never played at the highest level. I only really played local footy, and a lot of us have as fans. So there's only so much you can really criticize a player for without having walked in their shoes. So I think looking ahead to this year, what we really want to see from Jacob is him to find himself and his place within the league. And he's one of those players that I don't want to have to be concerned about if he's going to perform or not. We want to find some sort of consistency with him. Last year he averaged 13.5 possessions. For a defender, the possession tally isn't very important, but Jacob Weitering has that ability to, have those 16, 17 possession games consistently. Those 6, 7, maybe 8 marks, a lot of intercept marks in there. He does do the 1%ers quite well, and that's a good starting point. But in terms of his impact in the game, I think that's what we're looking for. That's what I'm looking for anyway. So for me, Jacob really needs to focus on... the thing is, he's got this great frame. He's in shape. When I saw them train late last year, he looked like he was, a man. And he is a man. He looks like a massive body, and maybe it's going to take him some time to get used to that. He's got these big, thick legs. I do have some concerns about his speed, especially as a defender, but timing beats speed. And that's one thing he did come into the league showing us in terms of his ability to read the ball in the air, make the right decision, body up his opponent. So, yeah, we want to see a little bit more, maybe some grunt. And I don't think we can question his want or ability to put his body on the line, because he's done it quite a few times now. He's even hurt himself doing it. Obviously, at the end of last year, he had that collision with Sam, Stephen May, just gone blank for a moment. So, and that had him out for 2 weeks, which was unfortunate because he was just starting to build up a nice patch of form, particularly after that Hawthorn game. So if you look at last season, Hawthorn was really the best game of his year. If you look even earlier in last year, he dominated them in the final preseason match that we played against them. He had 26 touches and 12 marks. And so going into round 1, we had this real optimism, like, wow, Jacob's in great form. He's looking good. He's reading the play. We knew it was preseason, but we didn't want to get too excited. But, form is form. The stats are the stats. So, yeah, I want to have expectation on him, and he should have expectations placed on him. He's in his 4th year now, and it's going to be a very interesting year. He really needs to take that step forward, which I have total confidence that he will. Of course I do. I'm an optimist. But no, I really think he's had a really good introduction into the league and how hard it really is. And hopefully this year he can overcome just himself and really just find his way and get to a point where we just know Jacob Weitering's playing centre-half back. We know exactly what we're going to get each week, sort of like an Ed Kono. He doesn't need to be a superstar. I know that he's a #1 draft pick and we expect that, but I just want to see a very consistent Jacob Weitering. Looking in terms of numbers, I'm looking for those 16, 17, 18 possession games, 6 or 7 marks a game, 2 or 3 intercept marks, a lot of spoils, a lot of good body work in there, and just to be a real key cog in our defence. We really need another leader to step up now that Doherty's out. So looking forward to that. What do you think? What are your expectations of Jacob this year? Let me know in the comments below.